What giants are in your way today? Before David was anointed king, he had to overcome the giant that was in his life that was standing in the way of God's victory. Which also points at the direction that David was not just anointed king so that way that he could prop his feet up and enjoy being a king. God had things that he needed him to do for the kingdom. Giants come in many forms, and sometimes in the form of people, sometimes in the form of a problem. Sometimes those things can be one and the same. But a lot of times we look at people as the main problem, forget that if they're not operating the way that they should in God, they're just a puppet being used by the devil. We can only choose one master, and when we don't choose God, we live like the devil. But nonetheless, once again, I ask you to ask yourself, what's the giant that's in your path? David didn't have a whole lot to work with when it comes to weaponry. He was given the opportunity to wear Saul's armor, but it didn't fit him because it was too big for him. It wasn't his. A lot of people want to operate in someone else's calling, want to operate in someone else's anointing. He was called to eventually take over Saul's position. He was, because of Saul's pride. But he needed to do it in God's way. He needed to do it in the way that God called uniquely for him. There's power in doing things that's God's way rather than our own. But what he did have at his disposal was a couple stones and a sling. To most people, that would not seem very efficient, but when God's in it, little is much. So he was faithful, he showed up, he was courageous, and God did the rest. Whatever it is that God's asking you to do, it's a stretching opportunity, it's a growing opportunity for you to stop placing the faith in yourself, trusting the process that God's placed in front of you. Grab what God has given you, give it a swing, and let it go. That's going to take an act of faith, but God cannot complete what is going to happen in the supernatural until you are faithful enough to take the first steps of faith. Do what you can do in the natural. Be obedient, be vigilant, be brave. Thanks for stopping by.